family trait or something that has to come in waves, we can stop it in its tracks.
Absolutely.
And that's an amazing thing when you think about it. When you think about heart disease and you think about cancer and some of the other things we have no control over, we have control over a killer and we can stop it.
Absolutely. They say that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary situation. And I just, it's something that we can stop. We can intervene in individuals that are in that darkest day. And I know firsthand from with David passing away that there's been some really dark days. But there's help out there for individuals that are depressed, and screening for depression is very key to getting help. And SPS offers the screening procedures in our office there. We encourage people that may feel depressed to look.
And if we want to learn more about this QPR, and we really, want to understand how you go about those steps. Each one of those steps are really difficult. Just asking the question, knowing how to ask the question. What do you mean? How do I persuade someone? If we want that information, can we actually get training in how to do that?
Absolutely.
By reaching out to you?
Yes. SPS actually has the training, and I believe it's once a quarter, a couple of times a year, that we offer that training. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, you can get college credit for some of the volunteer education processes for working with SPS. So,
Dan, I am so enjoying talking to you. It's such an important interview, and I'm so glad that you're here today. But we want to also talk about some, celebration of life and enjoying each other and really feeling like we can band together as friends and make a difference. And you have some exciting news about some things coming up. So let's take a real quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more with Dan Nasharr. We're going to talk about your Here for Life walk, and I understand that the city of Aurora is jumping on board too, and they're going to have a Here for Life run, and we're going to have all the details right after this, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything,
It is I, Cruz Zinklebell. Okay, time for cake.
it's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
It's the feeling of accomplishment that drives me. And there's no better challenge than serving part-time in the Coast Guard Reserve. I protect my country, work with the best and brightest. I get great pay and benefits in return. The Coast Guard Reserve is important work. I get to serve my community, and it's always rewarding.
If you were born ready, there's a new challenge waiting for you. Learn about serving part-time at gocoastguard.com/reserve.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Kids will spend 57 minutes making me go splat.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. I have the time.
Welcome back. We're talking with Dan Nasharr. He is representing Suicide Prevention Services, and what a wonderful thing you've done for all of us. Just chatting about this, you've taught us a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
But I want to turn the tables a little bit and talk about this event you've got coming up in St. Charles.
We've got a great event coming up. It's September 7th at Potawatomi Park. It's called Here for Life Walk. It's an 8-mile walk along the Fox River, celebrated by individuals who are survivors of suicide, celebrating the lives of the loved ones that we've lost. It's a beautiful event with music, raffles. It's a great fundraiser for SPS. It's very important to us. I think it's one of our largest fundraisers, if not the largest fundraiser. We have hundreds of individuals, balloon launch. It's just a great event.
And that's coming up on Saturday, the 7th.
Saturday, September 7th, right. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do we have to do to sign up for that event? Do we have to pre-register, or can we just come on out?
Either way. We
Okay.
encourage you just to be there, but we're encouraging people to go to our website, spsamerica.org, to sign up for the event. And actually, you can get a link to a Facebook page where you can have your fundraising link to there. You set your goal of what you would like to raise, and people can click on your link and make a donation to SPS. And we're praying for great weather. If rain or shine,
You're going to be there.
It's a great event.
Well, 8 miles, you know, sometimes people, it gives them pause when they hear 5K. They're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, which is only like 3 miles. But you're looking at this being just a meandering, relaxing day in the park.
Absolutely, yes. You don't have to do the 8 miles. I mean, if you just want to do just a mile or whatever you like, we encourage you just to get out.
Basically, the fundraising's done when the party starts.
Absolutely.
And so it really doesn't matter how long you walk. You can walk the whole 8 miles, and you'll probably want to. I'm
Sure.
guessing that there's motivation just in being in the group.
Yep.
And that's really not that long of a, you know, if you think about a vacation day, you probably walked more than 8 miles if you were sightseeing or whatever. But
Absolutely.
It's just nice to be there and know that you've already donated money. And I understand from the city of Aurora, they're announcing that the following weekend, Saturday, September 14th, they're actually going to have a poker run. For those people who are motorcyclists, we know a lot of them. There's always a good reason in this beautiful weather that we've been having to get out and ride their motorcycles. So this is something they definitely can get behind, and this poker run is coming up. They're actually starting out on Jericho Road at the AmVets and taking a ride. So that's Saturday, September 14th. I like that because both of these events are going to bring notice to you, because they're going to see people involved in doing this and say, well, what's going on and why are they walking? Why are they riding?
Absolutely. SPS is truly involved in the community. We're having another event. Jen Slapika is putting on an event called Festival of Lights at Oswego High School. I think that's October 14th. We have our brunch that's coming up November 17th at the Pipefitters Union Hall in Aurora. Actually, we have Eric Hipple, played for the Detroit Lions in the 1980s, and his son committed suicide. He wrote a book called Real Men Do Cry. I reached out to Eric, and Eric has agreed to be our keynote speaker at our event. So it's a great event for us to celebrate the lives of people that we've lost, and that's truly what Harvest of Hope is. And I think on December 7th, we have the Santa Shuffle in Yorkville, Illinois. It's a great event. It's our second annual. We dress up like Santa Claus, and we walk down 47 towards the city of Yorkville and get hot chocolate, and it's a great event for kids, people of all ages. It's a lot of fun. You get a lot of honks dressed like Santa Claus. It gets you in the Christmas spirit.
This year it'll be very interesting to see where they are with all the construction on Route 47, and you know, actually get a chance to walk past some of that machinery maybe.
Right,
and,
yeah.
Up close. It's always an ever-changing thing on Route 47 in Yorkville. You never know what you're going to see there. But again, that's a lot of events, and it's almost as if you're making a concerted effort to be get that message out almost every month of the year.
Yes.
There's always somebody new who needs to know about you.
Absolutely.
How does the money raised help SPS?
So as I mentioned, 81% of our expenditures go to program services. So that's for the training. It's for manning the phone lines, taking care of the expenses in that regard. So the money that we raise is put right back into the community. I think that's a big difference. With some of the other organizations that are out there that are national, that's going to national programs, the money that's donated to SPS stays here in and around the community. However, we are actually answering the phone lines from the national suicide hotline, that 1-800-273-TALK.
Really?
So we get over about 14,000 calls a year, and some of those are obviously from local, but when there's the way the system is set up, if one particular station is busy, those calls will roll over to other certain areas. So we actually do get a number of calls from people that are within the local area here.
If you have a call, let's say, comes in from Michigan or New York or who knows, California, are you able to do that refer part of it? Are your operators on our end able to actually help them?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a national network that we have set up. So everyone has that the cooperation of helping those individuals, so we know exactly where they can get help in that local area.
So we have that number. It's up on the screen right now, and you can actually call that number, but you can actually give that number to your loved ones. And if you are far from them, you don't live in their area, their town, you can't walk down the street, but you can call them and say, hey, you need this number. This is the number you need. So write that number down and don't lose it, because that is the national number that they need to know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I know that there's young people who may be in college, want to be social workers or psychologists, that often reach out to SPS. They want the intern hours, they're looking for the college credit, they're looking for more knowledge, but they're not the only type of people that you need on the other end of the phone. You need people who are middle-aged, you need people who are retired, you need people of all ages to be able to be behind those phones.
Absolutely. I think the number one thing is they need to be good listeners. You need to be listening for what's happening on the other end of the line. And you think of the individuals that are volunteering there, the number of lives that they're saving and making a difference. For every phone that rings, there's someone on the other line looking for that help, that hand.
You have pointed out so many things. First of all, just now you said listening. That's something we don't do. We don't listen to each other. And that's a skill we have to learn. We have to start listening to each other. You mentioned giving someone a smile, just finding a good reason to make someone smile and feel good about themselves. You talked about bullies and how bullies are hurting. There's so many things that we don't realize and we need to realize. And you've shared all that with us today. This is just an amazing interview. I'm just really so happy that you came in.
You know what's ironic is my brother Dave worked for a company that sold braces and brackets to orthodontists. And he didn't sell braces and brackets, he sold smiles. That's the thing that I really remember my brother about, is just making a difference. Helping over 250,000 people over the course of his career, helping them smile with a nice set of teeth.
We're talking with Dan Nasharr. He is here for Suicide Prevention Services. We've shared a lot of information with you. First of all, keep that phone number, that national hotline number for your use, for your family's use. Give it away. Write it up on your refrigerator. And if people come over and say, "Why do you have that?" say, "Well, I have that for anybody who needs to know it." There it is. Also, Suicide Prevention Services at spsamerica.org, a great organization of volunteers who are really making a difference. And of course, we've mentioned these dates coming up. If you like riding motorcycles, you like poker runs, that's Saturday, September 14th from Jericho Road. They're stepping off. But then this coming September 7th, Saturday the 7th, there's an 8-mile walk from Potawatomi Park in St. Charles, and that is going to be an amazing event. You can find more information on spsamerica.org, and you can sign up and become part of that walk. Very, very special event, and you're going to be there.
Absolutely.
A lot of our great friends from WSPY and Fox Valley Today are going to be there, and it's going to be something that you can really get behind. So we have about a minute left, Dan. Any last words?
I'd like to end with, we brought you a t-shirt from our event.
You didn't need to bring me anything.
So we have a Here for Life t-shirt for you.
I love it, though. I love it.
Some candy
Here
for you.
for Life walk. Thank you. You're
welcome.
I will wear this proudly. I tell you, this is very nice.
We have great sponsors at the event. I'd just like to say that you may be one person in the world, but you could be the world of one person. And I think it's just making a difference and helping people. SPS is a great way to get involved with helping people. Really appreciate this time. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Dan. Great words to live by, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. And that'll do it for our show today. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time on Fox Valley Today.